As proud as I was during some moments of Sunday's rally, I was embarrassed by the crowd's rude mistreatment of a Jewish communal professional. Now I know and you know that rallies by design do not foster thoughtful discourse and nuanced perspectives. Rallies are all about flags and banners, chants and thunderous applause. And yet, I hold our community to a higher standard. I expect us to embrace a wide range of opinions of those who love Israel and support Israel, but who disagree about how best to bring peace to the Middle East. I expect us to shun catchy slogans and ill-informed opinions in a conflict that is dangerously complex and defies easy answers. I expect us to have some seichel, the seichel to build broad coalitions of Israel advocacy that span political affiliations, religious denominations, races, nationalities, ethnicities, and ages. And friends, speaking of ages, I commend to all of us a very provocative essay by Professor Peter Beinart in the recent New York Review of Books. And if you should read the essay, and you should read this week's Jewish Journal, which is filled with all the replies and rebuttals. Professor Beinart assails the American Jewish establishment for failing to nurture and sustain a liberal Zionist identity, especially among our young people. He writes, and I quote, "For several decades, the Jewish establishment has asked American Jews to check their liberalism at Zionism's door. And now, to their horror, they are finding instead that many young Jews have checked their Zionism instead," end of quote. Agree or disagree with Beinart, we must take his challenge seriously. The boos I heard on Sunday sent chills down my spine. When we begin to demonize our fellow Jews who do not think exactly as we think, we are no better than Korah. And we stand to lose young people who will vote with their feet as they leave our community and forsake our bonds with the people and the state of Israel. 2 days after that Israel rally, I spoke at an annual seminar co-sponsored by the Board of Rabbis and Fuller Theological Seminary in Pasadena. This year, the theme of our two-part series is Christian and Jewish Perspectives on Israel. How very timely. My friend, Fuller President Dr. Richard Mao, and I addressed a diverse audience of academics, evangelical pastors, rabbis, and Jewish community leaders. Following our presentations, participants engaged in roundtable discussion, followed by Q&A with the two of us. The conversations were honest, open, and thoughtful. We talked about difficult issues that often divide us: Israel's security and survival, the rights of Palestinian Christians, anti-Semitism, anti-Zionism, Christian Zionism, and a host of other topics. Our discussions were marked by high standards of trust and mutual respect, qualities we have worked hard to achieve in 7 years of joint programming. And friends, these are the very same values that are shared by a distinguished group of academic deans, faculty members, clergy, and church leaders I am bringing to Israel later this month. Our interfaith delegation represents 6 Christian and Jewish seminary universities and 8 different religious denominations. In Israel, we will meet with faith leaders and educators, political leaders, journalists, and young people. I hope and I pray that our journey will serve a higher purpose. Thank you, Robertson. I celebrate the spirit of civil discourse that guides this interfaith work. And I ask, where is that same spirit in our intra-faith gatherings? Why do we so readily discard derech eretz when we debate the most pressing issues of Jewish life, including Israel and her survival? Shame on us that we, who are the heirs of Hillel and Shammai, descend so quickly to the depths of Korah, pun intended. My friends, we can do better. We must do better. We must work harder to uphold the ideals of our tradition. We should never expect anything less than 2 Jews, 3 opinions. We should demand derech eretz in a community and a world that desperately need and yearn for civil discourse. May we continue to disagree with passion, with love, and with reverence. In so doing, may our disagreements always be l'shem shamayim. Shabbat shalom. Chodesh tov.